Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I'm, of course, the Battle Room, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So recently I was reached out by the Michael DeBesti himself, world's finalist, world's semifinalist, world's quarterfinalist, and he asked me if I wanted to participate in his draft league. The thing is, I love draft leagues. Now, I haven't played one since Sword and Shield. Back in the day, I used to play in a little bit of a high roller draft league with other fellow competitors. Now, it wasn't super high roller. There was like a $100 entry fee, and then every single week you'd play for 25 bucks. And so it started to add up. Like usually if you did pretty well, you could walk away with like $600 to $1,000 if you did really, really well, like if you won. So when I was asked to do this draft league, I was kind of itching, right? Like I had watched Wolf's draft league a little bit, and I'm like, man, do I love draft leagues. So here we are. Michael asked me, and of course I had to say yes. And first things first, we had to figure out a draft. So when it came time to draft, there were two options. Number one was the Gouging Fire draft, which is what you see in front of you, and this is the draft that I ended up going with. The other draft was going to be centered around Urshifu Dark. I was pretty low in the pick order here. I was like number 12. So I was like number 12, and so I didn't know what I was going to be able to have access to, and I was a little bit worried that Gouging Fire would get taken. So we also came up with an idea of drafting around Urshifu Dark if it were able to get down to me. Both seemed very, very viable, and obviously if both those were taken, then we were just going to have to figure something else out. But the Gouging Fire stuff just looked really, really solid. And obviously Urshifu Dark was taken pretty early, so we went with Gouging Fire. But what ended up happening that completely threw the draft off was no one took Ogerpon Water. So it was a Pokemon that me and ESM, that's who I primarily drafted with. ESM is known for running really, really crazy and wild teams, and ESM loves draft leagues. So, and I was talking about him in my server, and I was like, hey dude, you want to help me out? And he's like, of course, I love draft leagues. So we get in there, and as the draft's going on, I'm like, dude, they didn't take Ogerpon Wellspring. Do you think we should just like abandon Gouging Fire and just take Ogerpon? He said, honestly, dude, I think you get both. And I was like, no way. Because if we started the draft off with Ogerpon and Gouging Fire, I'm very confident I'm going to have one of the best teams, right? Like, I believe in these two so much. The synergy is just absolutely disgusting. We get insane tools right off the bat. Ogerpon gets access to a million different moves. The only downside to Ogerpon is that its Terra cannot change, and it always has to hold the Wellspring Mask, right? But outside of those two limitations, Wellspring is just broken. It gets a ton of good moves: Taunt, Encore, Ivy Cudgel, Wood Hammer. It also gets access to Follow Me and Spiky Shield, which are just icing on top, right? And then Gouging Fire is very, very well, has amazing synergy with Ogerpon as well. You get access to moves like Howl. Obviously, the Howl strategy is the central one, and that's the one that you're going to see right off the bat, right? Like I can Howl Wellspring up, Howl King Gambit, and many of my other physical Pokemon, Slitherwing, Rhydon, right? But then the main idea after those two was like, how do we round it out? And ESM really, really wanted me to get Snow. And Snow seemed like a really good option, right? Because if we're starting our central core of being two very physical focused Pokemon, such as Gouger and Wellspring, I was going to need some special attackers that could really, really take the pressure off them, right? Like Iron Defense teams could be a big problem. Will-O-Wisp, stuff like that could cause me problems. So we started with Alolan Ninetales, which was the next drafted Pokemon. And after that, I decided that no one was going to snipe my Articuno, so I decided to grab King Gambit. King Gambit is just a good stat stick. Like, he's not the best. There was a lot of Pokemon we actually considered over him. We considered Ting Lu as a really important central draft idea. We were arguing about discussing whether Ting Lu was worth it or not, but ultimately King Gambit did add a lot of dimension to the team. Defiant is very useful. Even if it's telegraphed, it's still useful just to deter people from bringing Intimidate or spamming that versus Ogerpon and and Gouging Fire. And then we were able to snipe Articuno because no one else wanted it, because at this point, Articuno is not like a great Pokemon, but it is very, very solid within Snow. But when Ninetales is gone, your only other option is Abomasnow, and that feels really, really bad. And again, this is a point system, so obviously you can see on the side here, we've got a lot of different point values. So like something like Ogerpon is worth 20 points, and we only had 120 points to work with. So starting off with two very, very expensive Pokemon, I knew I needed to focus on getting really, really cheap Pokemon. And that was another reason Articuno was so appealing in the draft, is 8 points for Articuno feels really, really good, right? Because Ninetales is 13, Articuno is 8. That's a 21 point cost, which is basically the same price as Oakmon. Now, I think that price is fair, but I started with King Gambit as well, who's another big point Pokemon, so I knew I needed to slow down and try to get some like really, really good, strong, cheap, versatile picks. So Articuno was the first of that. Obviously, again, huge dimensions there. We have Blizzard Spam, gets access to Tailwind. It doesn't necessarily have to run specs Blizzard. It can, and I probably will use it, but it doesn't have to. I think that's what makes it really, really potent. And then also, you know, it's just a good cheap Pokemon. That was the real value of Articuno. Then we went for Slitherwing. Now, I really don't know what this guy does outside of like his stats are pretty good for how cheap he is. And that's kind of it. Like, I think he's got some good typing. I think a fighting type is very useful on the team. So I think it's totally fine. He's like an acceptable Pokemon. I think he's a Paradox Pokemon, which just kind of make him, they're all kind of good. And for 7 points, I think having a bug fighting type, just getting us some more typing is really sick. Then we went with Galarian Moltres. We just wanted a flying type Pokemon. Moltres has a lot of versatility. It can run Taunt, it can run Nasty Plot sets. We have Aurora Veil as well for our Galarian Moltres to make it unkillable. It can also just be like an annoying spec set or AV. It really is such a versatile Pokemon. And now we do have 2 dark types, but it's not a big deal. I think it still was a great pick for those 12 points. Then we went for Fezandipity. Fez was just... It's been a couple weeks since we did the draft, and I genuinely couldn't tell you why I would pick this guy outside of like it was kind of cool to have a fairy type, and also it was kind of cheap for what the value you got out of it was. Like, it's like a solid enough Pokemon that like for 9 it's kind of worth it, and it gives you Icy Wind, it gives you spread poison coverage, right? Like you can just hit him with a Gleam, hit him with an Icy Wind, and potentially poison them, which I think is super valuable. It can be ran physical as well. I mean, I don't know if I would run it physical, but you can totally run it physical. Its stats are not very great, so there's that. And then we rounded it off. We just wanted another fire resist, so Rhydon was our guy. We also didn't have any other Eviolites, and I think Rhydon has some value here. 6 points for Rhydon felt pretty good. But that's our draft, and that was our approach to this whole thing. I think it turned out beautifully. I couldn't ask for a better team of Pokemon. There was some Pokemon I really wanted, like I really wanted Okidogi. That was one that we were going to take over King Gambit. But outside of losing Okidogi, we really got all we wanted, and I kind of felt like we got away with murder. Now, obviously, a bunch of the other drafts are very solid. There's a lot of good drafts in here with a lot of good players. So I'm very excited to see what they're capable of and what we end up playing. But I do think we have some good tools here to make a deep run in this tournament. Now, our first opponent was supposed to be Joe UX9 and the New York Yveltals, but unfortunately Joe could just not make the draft league work and pulled out. So Joe was replaced by Slushy 2K, also known as Kian. Kian is a very good player, very consistent, and very much known for using Qianpao. I feel like he is a Qianpao demon, and he is always going to use that Pokemon. Well, there is no Qianpao, unfortunately, because he was just given the team that Joe was going to use in this tournament. So this is a team that we have to prep for this week. Iron Hands, Landorus, Arcanine are very scary Pokemon. Now going into this one, I knew we needed ample answers to both Iron Hands and this Landorus. Those were going to be the main threats, but I also really didn't want to disrespect Coughing and Slacking as a combination, because if we play into them, it can get really bad really fast, right? I needed to have a plan. I needed to have a good matchup into it, because otherwise I'm just going to get rolled by it, especially if they're running something like Toxic Spikes. So it is something I have to consider, and also just dealing with Iron Hands was going to be incredibly hard. I feel like Iron Hands is the big threat to my team. It feels almost impossible for me to KO this thing, right? Like if you look at my 6 next to it, I just don't have a really strong I don't have a... Outside of Fezandipity, none of my Pokemon hit this guy for super effective stab damage. So Iron Hands is priority number 1. Obviously, it can be paired next to Grimmsnarl. It can be paired next to Sinestro. So those were things that I was going to have to compensate for in the building. I was going to have to make sure Iron Hands felt threatened. So let's take a look at my team I'm bringing this week into Kion. So we're going to start off with Gouging Fire, who obviously I'm going to bring. He looks really, really good into the stuff that we're potentially playing against. I think breaking swipe, it could have been considered, but we opted for Psychic Fangs just to make sure we could break screens. Howl was super important to enable all of our other guys. Burning Bulwark I also really like, just as a threat, right? Like, because if I show Protect, then instantly he knows he can throw fake outs into it. He can throw physical attacks into it without the fear of getting burned. So Burning Bulwark was super valuable in my opinion, in theory. Right? We opted for Flare Blitz as well, just so we had a really, really strong fire move. I wanted to make sure we could just kill Sinestro if Terra was committed elsewhere, because I do think that Terra was not going to be on the teacup. It was probably going to be on Iron Hands. It was probably going to be on that Landorus if he had to, because they do have a lot of good Pokemon in the Landorus, such as Ogerpon. Ogerpon, we got a little bit spicy with it, a little bit. We were able to run Taunt, which I think is really, really good, right? Grimmsnarl, Sinestro, hell, it just makes things really consistent into stuff like Landorus or Iron Hands when you can taunt them, stop shenanigans, just Protect or Substitute or Belly Drum, right? So I thought Ogerpon was going to be super, super valuable as well. These two were obviously coming. They're going to come to this fight. And I think Ogerpon just in general does put a lot of pressure, even non-Terra. And we opted for no grass coverage because we just didn't need it. We were going to do a ton of damage, like, without it, so I thought it was fine. Milotic was the big reason we needed that grass coverage. Next up we have Ninetales. So Ninetales looked extremely, extremely nasty this week. Ninetales was matched up well into almost everything. Icy Wind was going to be really, really valuable into Landorus. We opted for no Blizzard, which was kind of crazy. I think Moonblast was just chosen. I know Moonblast was just chosen mostly just as a way to consistently hit Iron Hands if the Terra was committed elsewhere, right? Because Landorus and Iron Hands are the two threats, but only one of them can Terra, and Ninetales can punish. It can force the Terra really easily with Icy Wind. And then I figured, hey, if Landorus is the Terra Hog, then Iron Hands is just vulnerable to Moonblasts. And I kind of felt like there was potential for him to run Clear Amulet on Iron Hands, just because like we have Breaking Swipe is very obvious. So I didn't necessarily think he was going to run AV, which I was like, hey, let's double down on that and run Moonblast. Encore is an incredible move. It just kind of shuts down a lot of the setup he can potentially do. Just punishes Protect as well. I think it's just a really, really good move. Like, it's Encore. Then I went for Terra Blast Fairy King Gambit with AV. This guy's just a stat stick. He's just meant to come in and just do lots of damage. So, yeah, he's really, really boring. I did opt for Assurance because I think Assurance is really good and really cool into, all my Pokemon are faster than King Gambit. This is good in everything. I can just smack something with an Assurance, and it's going to do insane damage. And also the AV just means he's going to live forever, right? Like, pairing him up next to Ogerpon into Landorus, we just don't really care. If we just commit that Terra, which I'm totally willing to do in this matchup. Brick Break again is for screens. I wanted that extra fighting coverage, useful in the slacking, kind of, but also just breaking screens is valuable. And then Terra Blast Fairy, just to put more pressure on Iron Hands. Iron Hands is really, really scary. That's also kind of why I wanted Insurance as well, was just so I could potentially slap something with a, slap Iron Hands if he does commit the Terra. And then next up is kind of a crazy Pheasantipity set. So originally we had Taunt over Roost, and we were originally Terra Water, but last minute, without telling my boy ESM, I just was like, dude, I kind of want to make sure this thing 1v1s Iron Hands. So I ran a Shucka Berry set to help with Lando, obviously, but then I wanted to run Roost and Bug Terra just to match up and potentially Poison Stall Iron Hands, because I was like getting desperate at this point. I was so afraid of Iron Hands before the match that I was like, dude, I'm locking it in. I'm just gonna run Roost. Like, I think I have Taunt on Ogerpon. I think I can make it work. I think I can totally kill Sinestro if I need to. I'm gonna run Roost. So the main reason we brought Pheasantipity as well was it just matched up well into Coughing, so we're able to just eat the Toxic Spikes if that's the route he chooses to go. And then finally, we have Slitherwing. Slitherwing's pretty sick here. Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp. It's just a good set. It does a lot of damage into almost everything, and Will-O-Wisp is incredibly valuable into stuff like Iron Hands. Iron Hands slacking, anything really. It's just gonna pop off, and it's gonna give me a huge edge, because I think most people don't know this thing gets Will-O-Wisp. Now, granted, all my future opponents who are watching this, you will know it gets Will-O-Wisp. But yeah, I still think it's incredibly valuable. It's just a good move. And it, honestly, I didn't know he got Will-O-Wisp until ESM was like, yeah, dude, put Will-O-Wisp on the guy. I was like, what? He gets Wisp? But yeah, so these are the 6 Pokemon. And let's hop into the set versus Gion. All right, we are in team preview here. So we've got Grimmsnarl with Terra Steel, Iron Hands with Terra Fire. Okay. I did not expect Terra Fire. I expected Terra Poison. I feel like Terra Poison is just straight nasty in my team, but super happy to see that. Landers with Terra Fire as well. Earthworm with Terra Water. Sinestia with Terra Water. And Riolu with Terra Steel. Okay, the Worm's scary, admittedly, but we have Taunt. We have ways to deal with them. Like, honestly, I think I might just be allowed to rip this. Like, for real, I think I'm allowed to rip this. I have to respect that Terra, King Gambit is kind of a Terra Hog. Admittedly, the Terra Fire is annoying on Iron Hands in that way, but I guess any Terra is going to be annoying because I am Terra Blast Fairy. But this guy looks incredible as well. No Harkonine. I thought Harkonine was going to be brought for sure, but no Harkonine is lit. The Blizzard guy's kind of cool too, especially with Encore. I'm going to try this game one though. I'm going to bring this guy as well. And, dude, I want to bring Slithering. I got 18 seconds. I'll let this time out. I don't want Trick Room to go up. I'll bring both. I don't really need Ninetales. I don't think I need it. The cool thing about Ninetales, though, is it does force Landorus to Terra. I mean, a lot of my shit forces Landorus to Terra. But seeing that he's Terra Fire, like, Ogerpon just looks so fucking sauced into this team. Also, no Grass move on Ogerpon is not punishing me whatsoever. So we're going to see JoJoX9, the Scholar, and we're going to see Grimmsnarl. This is totally acceptable. Yeah, this is lit. This is chill. Faking out either of my Pokemon does feel a little bad. I think I'm just going to rip a turn 1 Taunt onto JX9, and then I kind of want to just punish him with the Psychic Fangs, like, or at least force the Terra. I don't think he can one-shot me in any way. Fake Out's a little bit scary, and that's something I have to consider from Grimmsnarl, because Grimmsnarl is a close shoot demon, right? But I don't think I, like, lose the game if he fakes out with Grimmsnarl. I think I'm okay with the situation. Because my main thing I want to do is slow this guy down from causing havoc to my whole team here. So I think this is a pretty free taunt. Showing taunt is acceptable, and he didn't Terra. He does set up the reflect, super respectable there. I do have a ton of physical mons here, but I am going to break that reflect with Psychic Fangs. That's why we have it. Totally forgot I had that shit, but we're chilling. And now we're gonna hit a taunt onto this guy. This guy is now basically worthless in my opinion. Mental Herb? No Mental Herb. We're gonna see Belly Drum come through. Okay, Carlos, you're crazy. Okay. Admittedly, not something I super duper considered here, but we have a really nasty pin here onto Carlos with both Ivy Cudgel and Psychic Fangs. Like, he's just dead if I want it. I imagine Sinestia is going to come in, though. So I'm going to follow this up. I'm just going to go for a taunt onto that Pokemon again, predicting Sinestia to potentially come in. And then I think I'm allowed to just continue Psychic Fangsing. I don't know how the Psychic Fangs interaction works here. Yeah, we know Sinestia's coming in. Maybe I should have went all in, but I kind of think I'm kind of hedging my bets here a little bit. Yeah, there's the Sinestia. I think I'm allowed to just go for Psychic Fangs. He is super juiced up, and if he does start hitting me with Belly Drums, it does suck. But we are going to see the Protect. That's what I was expecting, and this is what I want to punish, because now next turn, it's about to look so beautiful. We're about to hit him with the Psychic Fangs Ivy Cudgel into Iron Hands. He either A, faints, or B, just dies. So either way, B dies. B switches, which means he gets rid of his boost. So Ivy Cudgel and Psychic Fangs. I'm a little bit afraid this isn't going to kill, and I feel like I should commit a Terra here, but I also want to be really greedy. I think I should commit one. I mean, because like he's Grimmsnarl and Sinestia, so like the whole point is to make this Iron Hand sweep me, and I think we've already shut him down, so I think I'm allowed to commit Terra here. I'm gonna commit the Psychic Terra though, because I want to keep my Grass typing, just in case. I think getting around Sinestia will be really valuable, especially if that last Pokemon is Landorus. I will be able to just howl him for free and just get him going. We kind of just shut down his strat turn 1. Beautiful planning. I wasn't fully paying attention there. I don't think it was Mental Herb. I don't know if I missed that. but I think I would have remembered seeing it, but now I'm second guessing myself, and now I'm really scared that I fucked this up, but let's see. Okay, no, I didn't fuck it up. And Psychic Fangs is going to go off here. We commit that Terra onto Gouging Fire, which I think I'm okay with, and then we are going to go for this Ivy Cudgel into Iron Hands to remove the biggest threat to my team, the scariest Pokemon on his entire team on turn 3 here. So that was lit. We played that opening sequence really, really well. I didn't think about this, but another reason to not Terra my Ogerpon was to... I mean, both of them can get burned here, but I think going into a water type, I would have taken a little bit more from that. But now I think we're chilling. All right, and we're going to see Landorus come in here. I mean, at this point, though, I think he's pretty cooked. I think we're allowed to just howl and go crazy with it, right? We just get to howl Ivy Cudgel our way to victory. Because, again, they're Terra Fire on Landorus, which is just super chill. Just super, super trill. It just makes this whole matchup tremendously easier, right? Because the whole time when I was prepping this, my boy ESM, I was like, dude, poison. How do we beat Terra Poison? That's all I could think about. That's what I was so like pigeonholed on. And that's why we have Psychic Fangs. But then he whips out the Terra Fire Landers and Terra Fire Iron Hands. Ivy Cudgel's looking so good right now. Now he is probably going to switch here, which could it does have the potential to get annoying, right? Because he can set up screens, he can set up Thunder Wave. He does get the protect off, but I think overall this turn is probably super acceptable. I still am getting +1 boost on both my guys, which feels really, really good. Yeah, I think this is all okay. Who do I have in the back then? KG and Slitherwing. Slitherwing actually just 1v9s this entire team now. This guy goes nuts. I mean, it's really obvious that it's going to be a Thunder Wave. But at the same time, like, do I care? Could I let this guy faint is my question. I think Gouger lives the turn no matter what. So I think I'm allowed to just go for... I mean, I also would just like to attack. Because if he does read me, I'm so ahead, I have a KO. If he reads me, I would like to... I'm just going to play it super safe. I'm just going to go for Psychic Fangs. I imagine Psychic Fangs is a 2-hit. If it's not, I can start Flare Blitzing. But we are going to see the Terra Fire here come out from Landorus. It's got to be. It's no way it's Terra Steel Grimmsnarl. Yeah, I imagine this is just a Thunder Wave Sludge Bomb. I think I could have attacked with Ogerpon. I don't think I need it to be alive. But at the same time, it seems kind of free. Like, unless I'm getting Earth Power Foul Played here. But no, we're going to see the Thunder Wave come through, which is lit here. And we're just going to get a +1 Psychic Fangs off. This Terra Psychic Gouging Fire is going nuts. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a 2-hit. That's a clean 2. And he's going to go for Sludge Bomb because he kind of has to at this point. And that's what we're able to just keep the gas on right now. We're just going nuts. Now at this point, I am going to split attacks. Because I do think it's very likely he is going to just protect. So I'd like to get this free damage off. Because I think he's going to try to get a double Thunder Wave situation going here. We are going to see the Thunder Wave come off onto Ogerpon, which is fine. It would be cool if I can move. But I think even if we don't move, I'm feeling like we're mad chilling. Psychic Fangs comes out. It's so silly, dude. I love draft for this reason, man. Alright, and we are going to get a +1 Ivy Cudgel off onto Grimmsnarl. We're going to crit, right? No, we didn't crit. I actually don't think we want to crit. So now, I think I'm going to attempt. I don't know what my best statistical odds is. Probably just follow me and then throwing a Psychic Fangs. I think at this point I'm pretty clean, but you know, honestly, this guy is paralyzed. He can totally just switch here into, he totally could just switch. I think that would be super acceptable behavior. Into Sinestro. This is we're not out of the park yet, actually. I'm gonna attempt Ivy Cudgel, and then I'm going to attempt a Psychic Fangs. I think this wins. Hear me out. I think this wins because of Slitherwing. As long as he doesn't have Psychic, which he totally could. He totally could, or Terrifier. He could have something crazy. I considered Flare Blitzing, I really did. But I think this is acceptable. But I'm actually a little bit afraid, but I think we're fine because he is going to live on 1. That's acceptable. It's fine. He's going to go for Sludge Bomb. He's going to KO my Ogerpon. But now, hear me out. We get to go to Slitherwing, And all we have to do is Flare Blitz and close combat. And I think we win. I think we win. Because even if they switch out and come back in, I think we're okay. Okay, he's mad cute, by the way. He's mad cute. I'm just gonna go for Flare Blitz. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna double blitz here. Because you can't Terra Sinestra. It could have like a Akaberry, maybe. I was so afraid of Iron Hands, dude, and he was actually not the problem. Landorus is annoying too. Oof. Okay, I think we're mad chill now because this should KO. If he switches to Grimmsnarl, don't care. This should KO even after Hospitality, and I think they just can't. They don't have enough resources. I do really need to remove this Follow Me though. This Rage Putter needs to go now. So I think actually, even if we KO this guy, we should just win with King Gambit in the back because he can't kill 2 Pokemon. So I think we can rip this Flare Blitz. I think this is perfect. I think even if there's a Psychic that comes out here, which is totally reasonable, we still prevail. We're gonna see Terrablast Fire. That's respectable. That is another thing. I wonder how much this does. It doesn't kill. It doesn't kill. My boy Slitherwing does live, and he takes a Life Orb tick. Oh my god. Because he's Sheer Force. That's hilarious. So because he's Sheer Force, and there's no secondary effect, he actually does take the Life Orb tick, which is, that's so funny. Okay. Joey X9 the Scholar comes in, and it is Grimmsnarl versus the world here. Let's hit him with a CC, and let's hit him with the Flare Blitz, and let's take this game 1. Okay. That went way better than I expected. He's going to throw out a Hail Mary Thunder Wave there. Respect, respect. And Gouging Fire is going to pick up his second KO of the game. Did he get... He got 2. He got 2. Ogerpon got 1. Landorus KO'd itself. Okay. Gouging Goat right there. This is why he was my central draft plan, dude. He is just so oppressive, and he's so strong. All right. Game 1. Felt good. We're not out of the woods yet. I am still really, really horrified of this team, especially knowing that he could worm me. He could rip a worm plus a belly drum hands. He's got some strats here. The Sinestra is a problem, so I'm glad we took game 1, but we're gonna have to like game out here. So we let Iron Hands. Really afraid of my really afraid of my Ninetales, by the way, the double Terra Fire. I think that's funny. Pheasantipity is not terrible. We didn't really get to see the speed. Like, I can't really see the speed on him. How fast was my Slitherwing there? I think I'm really, really bulky. I don't want the Terras. Yeah, I'm really bulky. I'm not going to outspeed the Lando. So we just have no clue how fast, if he's timid or not. I imagine he's just modest, but we'll see. Psychic Fangs put in work there. The same lead feels decent. I think Taunting is just really, really broken here. I think Taunt goes nuts. What's on my King Gambit again? I'm just totally blanking. Okay, he doesn't have Iron Head. That's okay. I did like this little combo. I'm trying to figure out if there's something better than leading these two. Because he also did not see my King Gambit, which I think is nice. I think KG is still good into this. I just need to be careful. Really, really careful. I think Fez could be okay. If I start getting some poisons off with the Goat, could go nuts. I'm kind of tempted to just leave. Like, I kind of want to just try it. I think Fez looks pretty decent here. Everything is weak to Fairy. It's just such a shit mon. I'm down to bring this in the back, and I really like Slitherwing. I want to run that shit directly back. I'm going to try this. Because Gouging needs to come. I'm just kind of playing around here. Not just playing around. I think Pheasantipity, I want to bring it, first of all. I really do. But I also think it does get to go super gamer mode here. So we're going to see Earthworm and Riolu. Jesus, okay. I don't know what the fuck this thing is going to do, man. I'm down to just rip the Gleam right off the bat. I am really afraid that he's going to do something really weird with this little Riolu, dude. He really can do anything. I think I'm just going to commit to this taunt. I do not want him to get free setup. If I lose my Pheasantipity, I think that's okay. What, is he going to coach? Is it like coaching? It's probably coaching Body Press Heavy Slam. The coaching could go nuts. It can potentially go nuts here. Okay. That's fine. I just don't want him to set up the Iron Hands. I'm still afraid of that guy the most. We get the taunt off. I think we're getting heavy slammed onto Pheasantipity. I think Pheasantipity is about to get one shot. But let's see what Pheasantipity can do. Okay, and does it get the poison? Critical hits on darts. Sash. Okay, if it gets the poison, that'd be so lit. It is Toxic Chain. Toxic Chain. Okay, that is a KO onto Ryolu. We take those, and we are going to see the heavy slam. So I think removing that guy right off the bat feels really good. Yeah, because I mean, no matter what his back Pokemon are, I think I just get to go. Wait, what is this? Lefties? Okay. I think I get to go nuts with Ogerpon. Like, it's not the greatest situation, but we do get a taunt. We stop future coachings. Awesome job from our Toxic Chain there. I'm super happy with that. This thing is still a little scary, though. I think I'm going to go into the Gouging Goat, because I think I can just leave it alone maybe for one more turn. I'm still afraid of it, but I think I can leave it alone and just try to KO the partner, because I don't think the partner can handle me right now. It's going to be Sinestro. That's fine. We can just Flare Blitz. We don't... Okay. This is where not having... not having my grass move feels kind of bad. But I don't think we showed Follow Me in the first game, so they could totally think we're just 3 attack. I also think they kind of have to Terra the Earthworm. We could actually just try to double. We could just remove this guy. I think this guy's also likely to switch. I really do. Because the heal, I mean... I don't know. This is a hard call. I am really afraid of the worm, though. The worm actually could go crazy on me right here. I'm going to go for Howl, and I'm going to go for... Taunt. It feels kind of bad, but I'm going to do it. I just don't want Trick Room to go up, so I think this is kind of the play I forced myself into. I don't love it, though. But I don't think Earthworm can kill either of my Pokemon, which I think is the good thing. And then I think I'm really set up to go. So we're going to see the Howl. I could have Flare Blitz, like, cudgeled him, but I think, again, Trick Room is like a no-no. Trick Room probably I just get destroyed by Iron Hands and this worm, so we have to press the taunt. I don't feel bad about that. Body Press comes through. Okay, that did nothing. Machigasha comes through. We really don't want to see it burn, but, okay, it lives. Critical hit on the Ogerpon. That sucks. And the burn. Okay. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. We have KG in the back. He's not liking this. That burn sucks, but I think it's okay. I mean, I want to rip a Flare Blitz here, and I think we just got to rip an IV. Oh, no, I don't have King Gibbon in the back. I have the Slither Wing. That actually might work. That actually might work. I'm going to rip this. I think we're just going to KO whatever comes in. We're going to... I think... Okay, so here's what's going to happen. He's going to switch out Sinestro, which is fine. And then I think the worm is going to Terra, because now he's not really afraid of the grass move, which I think is fine. And I think we'll KO whatever comes in. And then I think we get a KO onto Sinestro as well. And then maybe Slitherwing can go the distance, because he is only boosted by 1. I think it... Judging by my calculations here, I think this is just a numbers game. And I think we have the better numbers. Okay, I'm really hoping for a Terra on the worm, though. Terra on Sinestro could be really bad. Okay, Terra on worm is chill. Again, they really are afraid of pressing Body Press onto our Gouging Fire, though. But I really just want to kill Sinestro, really. That thing needs to go. Flare Blitz comes through. Antonio down. Okay. I mean, granted, this is going to do negative damage. But also, if they don't kill Ogerpon, Ogerpon is probably... I mean, it's not really good into Iron Hands, but I think it's okay. If it's Iron Hands, I think I win. So, I'm feeling much more confident if it's Iron Hands. It's going to be Body Press. Wow, okay. Gouging eats, obviously. Okay. I don't love it. I don't love the situation. Ogerpon gets one more turn. Yeah, he can shake off the taunt. Doesn't matter. At this point, though, he can't really he can't really shed tail anymore, so that's lit. It's going to be Lando. Okay. I think it's okay for now. We didn't lose yet. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with Burning Bulwark. If we burn the worm, it actually really sucks. They don't have a Terra here for this guy. I think I really need to burn the worm. I'm afraid the worm's going to do some bullshit. I don't think Ogerpon is worth saving, just because they obviously can protect at any point, just clutch out and save him. But at the same time, I probably could get a free switch here. I'm just going to go for it. Like, I think we just let him die. I really want to burn the worm, is my thing. Maybe I should have even taunted the worm, but let's see. Okay, that's so obvious, but I think it's okay. Like, I don't know. Oh, he's just protecting all around. That's fair. You don't want to get burned. The worm does not want to get burned. Lando's scary as fuck, by the way. Let me run a calc really quick. Maybe I should have just howled. I really did think about howling. Okay, we got a ton of time to run this calc. How much text do I have on my Gouging Fire? Okay. Gouging Fire versus Lando on... Let's say he's really bulky, right? Let's say he's mega bulk, right? This. I don't think I can KO with Flare Blitz. But Flare Blitz is a strong move, so maybe. No, it's not killing. It's so not killing. I needed to howl. If I howled one more time, we just win. We have a really likely chance. Well, you know what? Let's say he's not bulky, because he might not be. If he's not bulky, it's got a really low chance, so that's cool, I guess. I don't really want to show Wisp, because I think I'm cooked, but I don't need to show Wisp. I don't want to show Wisp. I think I'm just going to go for Flare Blitz here, and I mean, maybe Wisp can win the game, though, is my thought process. But CC kind of sucks here. I did Protect on the last turn, too, so I gave him, like, he knows he can just get me. I think I'm going to show Wisp. I think I'm okay with this. Actually, let's just... Let's just do this. Let's just get the guaranteed KO on the Lando. I hope this kills. If it doesn't, we'll pick him up right afterward. I think he has to Earth Power my Gouger, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just Sludge Bombs to get damage. Okay, Slitherwing does not eat. The baby Flare Blitz, nice. Nice job, Goat. I think my mistake was actually really protecting my Gouging Fire. I think if I didn't protect Gouging Fire and I had to protect here, I think I did like maybe a chance, right? There's definitely some mind games around this body press. If I was like lefties or something, maybe I had a shot, but okay, Pheasant Dippy was not chill and not very good. I think I'm down to just show Wisp. I'm down to show it. Cause like if we win, like if we have a shot, maybe we got a shot with this one. It gives us a non-zero chance of winning, right? Because if we don't Wisp, we just lose. But let's see it. They're gonna go for Heavy Slam. How much is it doing? It's doing actually like negative damage. But the issue is I have to drop my defenses. I think I need like an insane crit. He is only at +1 though. I think I just kill my Slitherwing when I CC here. But I am gonna go for CC. I would need like Drain Punch or something. Okay, that did negative damage. That was good negative damage. Okay, so I think he's totally locking in the same game plan because that worked diabolically well against me, which is super valid, super fair. What am I gonna do to combat that? If he's just gonna start heavy slamming and he's gonna coach, what do I do? He has Terra Water as well. I mean, Gouging Fire is probably the way to go. We could taunt Riolu, just shut him down. He actually did kind of negative damage as well. I just don't have anything to punish this Terra, dude, and I didn't bring special attackers. Like, I mean, my special attackers are just kind of weak. So the coaching strat is actually, like, really, really devious into us. I could turn one hit him with a Wisp. I think that could be an option. Does Riolu get, does he get taunt? Because he's Prankster. Why does this guy get Prankster, dude? No, he doesn't get taunt. That's good, at least. I don't think he gets taunt. Okay, I mean, I'm down to just do this then. It might force him to Terra Water early, which I don't think is like a good thing. We could also, honestly, you know what I'm thinking is we just turn one, get the Wisp off, and just start howling. Maybe that's enough. And then the late game, we have to pick him up with Pheasant Dippity or something, dude. I don't know. This guy could be good. Not really though. Our moveset is ass, right? Because we're just fairies. Yeah, we have Moonblast Icy Wind. Moonblast could it could do something. Based on the Pokemon he brought, we got Sinestro, Earthworm. I think he's gonna bring the same 4. I don't think Iron Hand, no bringing on Iron Hands is nuts, but also like Lando is really good. Do we just go these guys? Dude, I think I'm down for this. I think I'm so down for this. We just won't have taunt active right away, which could be detrimental. That could be the thing that really fucks me, but at the same time, I highly doubt he just leads. Sinestia. So I think it's okay. Okay, it's going to be Grimmsnarl plus the Worm. That's fine. Yeah, we can just get a Wisp off turn 1. And we're threatening like a lot of damage onto him. He's actually like a little bit less threatening this time. And he's Leftovers Worm, so I mean, he probably still has Shed Tail, but there's no way to actually really know. But I think this is okay. I'm going to go for Howl, and I'm tempted to just CC, but I could Psychic Fangs CC. I really could. That's like not crazy. Because, I mean, if they Terra, it's annoying. I kind of want to just punish him, though. I also really want to kill Grimmsnarl, but there's no way I can really do that. Grimmsnarl does need to die, though. You really need to remove him. Dude, let's just Psychic Fangs CC, because if he commits Terra, that means Lando doesn't have Terra for later, and I can work with that. And also, there's no coaching. Coaching was the thing that was such a problem. Okay, we get the Terra out turn 1. This is lit. This is acceptable behavior. Yep, on to him. So I imagine this is Reflect. It could be a Thunder Wave. Knowing I have Psychic Fangs, like, it's obviously a little bit better to press Thunder. Like, it's not better, but you can press Thunder Wave. We are going to see the Thunder Wave turn 1. That's fine. So there's just free damage on him. It's all good. He wants to not get the, oh my god. He's got Iron Defense. Okay. That's scary. So he's Iron Defense and Coaching? Oh, man. Okay. We get this huge CC off, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Huge CC. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. Okay. I really need to remove Grimmsnarl now. If we can Encore him, but he is probably just going to start body pressing. We do force the Terra. We just need to remove Grimmsnarl, and I think we can win this. This is actually like really hard. This is brutal. Okay. Howl sucks. He's never going to target this guy. He can Thunderwave me. I think he Thunderwaves this guy 100%, dude. I don't think he can kill either one, though. Dude, I think we just need to kill JUX9 here. We need to take him out, dude. He needs to be taken out. Because we just can't have Thunderwave onto Ninetales. I think if Ninetales remains un-Thunderwaved, I feel confident in our ability to win the game. Potentially. Okay, okay. That's crazy. I think maybe he just wants the Greed Reflect here. No, he just wants the Thunderwave. Okay. Huh. Maybe he just doesn't want to get Wisped. That's valid. No Wisp is fair. Okay, that's Para. I mean, this is about to start to get nasty, dude, right? Double Para? No, we get this Blitz off. Slytherin's gonna show him what's up, dude. Getting that nice, barely half. Good job, bud. Okay. Still not the end of the world. He's healing a little bit. We did do some damage onto him. I imagine now we're gonna get Spirit Broke or Foul Plate or whatever. Okay, we just need a Flare Blitz here. And I think we need to try to do it again, dude. I just need this guy gone. I think it's okay. It's going to be really bad, though. Just crit him, please. Just kill this guy. He just killed? Oh, he's just different because of stab. Okay, that's super good. I'm so okay with this. Please, just do whatever, man. I don't really care. I would prefer if you actually took out Slitherwing. Heavy Slim on the Slitherwing. He's going to live that, unfortunately. And he's going to get paralyzed. That's okay. Honestly, Sinestia coming in isn't a big deal. Because the thing is, I really want him to body press. Because if he body presses and I just Terra Ghost, I can Encore him into that forever. Which would be awesome. So we're going to see Victor come in. That's a Lando. That's fine. I'm just going to Burning Bork. And I'm going to try to get this Wisp, honestly. If I can get the Wisp, I'd feel pretty good about myself. Because the thing is... Okay, let's see it. I get the Burning Board. The thing is, if I get to bring in Ninetales, I get to go absolutely nuts. Whether it's with Encore, or just threaten a Blizzard. Like, it's actually super lit here. We're going to get Body Press, Slitherwing down. So he did press Body Press there, which I think is cool and lit. We could have the checkmate. It's really close, honestly. I think we might. I don't think we guarantee win yet, but I think we're really close to guarantee winning. Because we can just Encore into... He body pressed. I think we just Flare Blitz here, and then we just Terra Ghost Encore. I think it works. I don't know. This is what I've been setting up for the whole game. This is my one shot out of this, because this Earthworm is actually a ginormous problem, and is not. I am not well prepared for it. Like, that was some really good team building, on his end, like some genius level work here, because this guy is scary, and he's about to ruin my entire day. But we're gonna go for it here. It's still not super lit though. Because if he does just attack with Landorus, I hope he just protects Landorus. That would be awesome. But I think if he goes for a double into Ninetales, like, oh my god, we're in it. We're in it, baby. We're so in it. Okay, that's super chill. Encore and a body press. Let's go. This Terra Ghost was literally like just so like thrown into. Like, I just kind of put it on there. Okay, he can't move because he's paralyzed, but we targeted that slot anyways. But it was just for, like, fake outs, dude. I was like, I don't really care. I'm just going to throw it on. And it's actually working wonders. Okay, now, the last Pokemon, without a doubt, is... oh, we don't have Blizzard. Oh, my God. Okay. We don't have Blizzard, but that's okay. He's switching. He has to switch. Right? Right? I mean... he's switching. Dude. No Blizzard's actually just like turbo throw here. We have Moonblast to slowly whittle this guy down, but man, this is actually really scary now. Because I know the last Pokemon's Sinestro. It's gotta be. I really hope he just switches. I could have encored here. I decided not to because I think he is gonna switch. Okay. We gotta do big damage. We did some big damage. But it's not enough. Wait. It might be. Gouger might just be faster. He's just faster. What a goat. Oh my god, the booster energy and the Icy Wind's enough. Okay, we get through that. Step 1 complete. Step 2 is how are we going to kill Sinestro? This is a +2 body press. I think I'm eating. He goes for Ninetales. I don't blame him because I totally think the Burning Bulwark there was totally fair for me. I just was like, man, I really want to kill Sinestro if it's coming in. Okay. I don't think Sinestro has Protect. I think which one's that? That's him. We just need to move through Para, and I think, unfortunately, we have to move. If we don't move through Para, Encore ends, and I think we lose. So we just have to hope here. We just have to hope. He's Yachi Berry. Okay, that's actually cool. That's funny. So afraid of my Ninetales. And Ninetales is a Pokemon I just kind of like slapped on here. Please. Please, Gouger. You need to be my GOAT today. He's my GOAT today. Okay, I think we got him. Oh no, he lived! The Yachi Berry clutch up. I should have Moonblasted. Oh my god. Oh, but Gouger lives? Insane, but Trick Room goes up. Ooh. Not chill. Not chill in the slightest. There. Okay, so we're gonna get... okay, it's not over yet. Because here's what I'm thinking. Gouging Fire double resist Machagacha. And there's no way... oh, does he want to risk it? Does he want to body press that? Or does he want to just start whittling down Ninetales? That's my question here. Ninetales still might be able to do it. Okay, I think I still can win. Okay, I'm gonna go for what is it? Flare Blitz into Antonio here, and I'm gonna go for Protect. I think I can still win, depending on what he locks into. Because I think I can live this Matcha if he goes for it, and I think he's probably gonna Heavy Slam my Ninetales. He does, and if I can remove this guy, if I can Encore him to Heavy Slam, maybe Wellspring plus Ninetales can get through him just by pressing Follow Me plus Moonblast. That's my thought process here. I really want to live this turn, though. I really want to live this hit. I think he does. Yeah, he's Gouging Fire. And is he my GOAT? Once again, I'm asking so much of you, Gouging Fire. I really am asking too much. And he delivers. And will he faint? I really hope he faints. Oh my god. He's seriously just the MVP. He's different, man. I didn't expect him to have to pull my weight and the entire team's weight on his back, but he fucking carried. Okay, because now we have an insanely deadly setup here, right? Because if he goes for Body Press, he gets Encore to Body Press. That sucks. You lose, right? Because I have a Terra Ghost Pokemon. But if he goes for Heavy Slam, that sucks because I have an Ogre Pawn. So no matter what he does here, It's disastrous. It's horrible. And I think Ninetales can go the distance with Moonblast. Yeah, you can't protect. You can't do any of that silly stuff. What's he going to do? It's going to be body press. He goes for body press. Okay. I mean, fair enough. We're going to encore you into that now. And how many turns of Trick Room we got? Oh my gosh. I can't believe I navigated through this one. This was a banger set, dude. Okay, 2 turns of Trick Room, so I think we will faint during this, but that's okay. We're just going to go for Moonblast. Now we need to see if Moonblast can go the distance is the only thing here. That's my my fear. He has to body press. We do get a little, you know what? I'll take that little spiky shield damage. That is greatly appreciated. This worm is going to be hard to kill. How much is Moonblast doing? Oh, wow. That did so much damage. Never mind. That does so much. I thought it was going to do like 25%. Like, I mean, we might as well just double Spiky, but it doesn't matter at this point. Like, Ninetales just wins on the 2 Moonblasts. Oh my god, banger set. That was nuts, dude. Oh my god. Okay, we get the double. We'll take it. It doesn't really matter because Moonblast is always 2 KOing here. Holy moly. Ninetales, dude. Ninetales was straight up my goat. Ninetales and Gouging Fire just went absolutely insane here. And it just goes down. Oh my god. GG's, dude. GG's. Wow. I managed to do it. I really didn't think we had it in us. But that was just such a good set. GG's to Keon, dude. He played incredibly well. His techs were really, really smart. And I think he had a really solid team that I wasn't fully prepared for myself. And now, granted, maybe that was on my end, but I also think it was definitely on his end with some just really good prep with that Earthworm and the coaching Ryolu. Holy shit, GG's, GG's. Thank you so much for watching. And also make sure to go check out Slushy2K down below. I'll obviously link all of their information down below. So you can go check them out, check their end of the battle, see what they were thinking as we were facing off there. GG's as well. And next week, we do get to fight Justin Tang. So if you want to see that action, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.